So Germany very often these events and classes starts 15 minutes late. So it's always, yeah, you know this language, right? So it's always like, you always don't really know when to start.
That's just the idea. What happens normally now, probably not only in the Philippines but also in other countries, is that it takes a lot of lobbying, and not only lobbying but a lot of politicking. I want it to be very, very straightforward with that. A lot of lobbying and politicking. Okay, our admin officer here talking about budget is actually President Sir Astrid. I wanted to be very straightforward on this. Now, my take is that supposedly universities allow free thinking, and the government should support that because it's the university who supposedly alleviates the entire society in the form of education. But then what happens now is that there are other key players, and these are powerful key players or structures who are eventually do a lot of things. For instance, we have NEDA, we have BBM. NEDA is they provide prioritization when talking about programs. So our colleague here was talking about job market, and whether we like it or not, even the Millennial Development Goals was actually gravitating towards job markets. That's why they changed it to Sustainable Development Goals, because they tried to look back on what Amartya Sen said. When talking about development, it's not just about economic development, it's actually about personal development, right? And then we may be thinking about other means of developing the person. Now, going back again to the role of the universities in the Philippines, for instance, somehow there's, whether we like it or not, we want it to be creative, we want it to be innovative, we understand somehow the needs of our clientele or our students, but then we seem to be curtailed because all these superstructures tend to get in our way of our being academics. So again, they always push us back and then tell us that these are no longer the priorities. So going back to the question, do we think there's enough support coming from our institutions or the government? We're talking about peace and conflict studies. You can actually look at our demographics. We're talking about universities. We only have I think 2 universities in the Philippines, or not even more than 5 universities in the Philippines who have a very specific formal course for peace and conflict studies. If you go to different conflict areas, there's very limited or close to none universities that's talking about peace and transformation or negotiation, etc. So what's good about MSRI is